think I got taco grease. I don't know if they could hear that. We just pump up the volume loud enough to where they could hear me pouring a glass of milk. Dude, I feel like I've heard that milk can cause phlegm. I wonder if that would be part of my phlegm problem.
So I don't want to stay on the phlegm topic too long.
What? Okay, we can go back to the taco grease on my glasses.
No, yes, there is taco grease on your glasses, but to the phlegm thing, Mom always used to say whenever I was...
Who?
My mom, when I was sick or whatever, and I would eat...
I swear that's like the blackest you've ever sounded. Or maybe I just feel like, Mama used to say...
My mama used to say when I was sicky, she said...
Not racist at all.
No.
Jordan.
My mom used to say when I was sick that, if I had a cough or something, because I'd get tired eating popsicles for my sore throat. So I'd eat ice cream.
When did you take medicine?
Oh, no, I did.
Oh.
Were you going to say...
No.
No, it's okay. You were insinuating that I couldn't afford medicine.
I don't think NyQuil's NyQuil's really very expensive. Also, I don't know if it actually takes care of sore throats.
I don't think it does. Anyway.
But it'll shut you the hell up.
Yeah.
Just drink it, I don't care.
And so I would eat ice cream and stuff. And even now, if I eat
ice cream... Okay.
So apparently there's something in milk that causes, it does something to people's throats that make...
There's something come on my glasses. I always clean up afterwards, so it wasn't me.
This is the weirdest opening
I can't see! Video game podcast, by the way. What were you saying?
I was going to say, this is the...
No, I heard that, and I know that.
My
glasses are also just...
Oh, I was
always disgusting. I need to take what are those things called? Like a
grinder? Yeah, like a grinder.
Like a grinder to grind all the dirt and shit and scratches. I need something to take the scratches out too, or I don't know. Yeah. I need to go break into a Lens Crafters.
Okay.
I guess I could just go to a Lens Crafters. I wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
I might get sick and die, but at least I'd be able to see.
As
my mom said bye to me.
True. Every once in a while, my glasses will get dirty because sometimes staring at computer screens hurts my eyes.
Every once in a while, my glasses get dirty. 2 hours into the day, I swear, and I'm already having trouble.
No, I think my glasses get dirty once.
Well, you don't wear yours all the time either.
No, I only wear them when I stare at computer screens for a long time.
Wow, see? That's not a comparison.
It's really not, because, yours are...
I wear mine. If I'm not sleeping or in the shower, I'm wearing my glasses.
That's true.
I can't see shit.
Yeah, I just wear them so I don't get migraines, and I've noticed with my 144 hertz screens that if I do not wear glasses while staring...
Reflex, but okay.
Yeah, it is.
I noticed with my 355 hertz screen and my... $15,000 computer that sometimes my glasses can help me avoid a migraine. Although I could afford the migraine medication.
That is true. What you been up to this week? Anything different?
I'm close to beating Doom. I think I'm on the second to last level, and I'm almost done with that level. But it's kind of BS because you have to fight a bunch of people, and then immediately after you have to fight a mini boss. And then if you died to the mini boss, it sends you back before the grouping of people too, so that's kind of annoying. I've been playing a hell of a lot of Dead Cells. That game is damn good. That game is so good. If you like side scrollers or Metroidvanias or what's the name of that game that came out? Spelunky type games or just hack and slash games, I fully recommend it.
I definitely like the music of that game. I haven't played it, but I have listened to the soundtrack sometimes.
Yeah, it's got good music, but the gameplay is where it's at. The gameplay loop is great. It feels very smooth to get up and get a good run going. It was literally running. It feels good to get a good run going, but also to kind of pick up your speed, slash a few people, keep running, dodge roll, turn around, throw lightning bolts at people. It feels really good. The art aesthetic is very different and interesting. It's kind of reminiscent of old games, but not exactly. But I know a lot of people probably already know this because it is 2 or 3 years old now, but I'm really enjoying it. I thought about buying Spelunky and Hades because they're very different, but all three of these games have a kind of live, die, repeat to say the title of a movie, and until you kind of beat the game. Although I don't know if you can beat Spelunky.
Also, you don't have to buy Hades on Game Pass.
Nani?
Yeah. Did you already buy Hades?
No.
Oh, yeah.
You lying?
That's how I play it.
What? No, it's not. You literally bought Hades.
Did I?
You son of a bitch. I hate you so much.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
I hate you. I actually hate you.
I forgot that
I actually hate you.
Fine. Join the club.
I don't remember what I was talking. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I bought Hades on Epic.
Yeah, you
Epic
did.
Game
But
Pass,
what's it talking? Dead Cells.
Dead Cells.
Very good, very fun loop, similar to Hades and Spelunky, where you run around, get more powerful, kill a bunch of things, die, and then restart.
Nice.
It's really. Is that a roguelike or a roguelike? I just said the same thing twice.
I can't remember. It's one of those things where we Googled the words.
I think one of them is you keep your powers, and or at least some of your powers and equipment, and the other one you start fresh every time.
Yeah, like in Hades specifically, you lose the boons, which are the powers of the gods when you die, but you keep your base character power-ups. Like if you have better running speed.
Ah, son of a biscuit eater.
That did look like it hurt. You keep your base player stats and such. If you get...
That sounds really racist. Son of a biscuit eater.
I
don't know why.
I don't know. I think generally every culture has a biscuit.
I love biscuits.
They are good.
Not this British bullshit biscuits either. No.
No.
That ain't a biscuit. That's not a biscuit.
No.
Biscuit. I'm talking about crumbly, bready, smothered in gravy.
The
both brown or white.
OG biscuit.
And just...
I had an argument with a Brit once about...
With a Brit?
A British person about...
I just never heard you say Brit.
Yeah, about biscuits, because they were like, "Oh, I love biscuits." I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, do you make them often?" And they're like, "No, I just buy them from the store." I'm like, "Oh man, I hate store bought
biscuits. Are cookies, right?
Yes,
that's what they call.
And then
no, they're cookies.
Yeah, I know.
And chips are not French fries. Damn it, it's a Dorito.
I think they call them crisp.
Crisp.
Yeah.
How about you take my? Wait. Hold on. Let me think about this.
Okay.
How about you take my crisp cock across the face?
Okay,
that sounds like a venereal disease.
I think you can apply. I think that.
Oh man, I really wish I hadn't said that.
I was gonna go deeper into that, but I'm not. I decided not to.
I don't.
Like we said probably a while ago, this is a video game podcast. Now
I feel kind of sick.
Well,
we were talking about Dead Cells.
That's true.
That's about it as far as.
I still don't think we ever told them the name.
Dead Cells.
No, the name of the podcast, buddy.
Oh, well, they clicked on it.
That's true.
It's Dialogue Tree.
That's true.
Welcome to the latest and greatest episode of Dialogue Tree. My name is Ryan Smith, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Jordan Sims. What have you been doing?
Well,
this fine 2 days since the last podcast.
So, like I said, I restarted Subtitled. I took a really good nap today, and
so you just woke up.
Yes, that's why I'm drinking.
I had a feeling.
Yeah,
I had a feeling that when you walked out, the hair was.
Dude, it was a deep one. I think it was almost 3 hours.
That's not a nap. That's a short sleep.
That's what I call a nap. Nap, sleep, whatever you want to call it. It was 3 hours, and so that's why I'm drinking G Fuel, their new Crash Bandicoot Wampa Fruit thing. Which
not a sponsor, by the way.
Correct, not a sponsor. But
what the hell is a Wampa Fruit?
According to the Crash Bandicoot wiki, it is supposed to be a combination of like an apple and a mango.
Ah.
This is literally just green apple.
It's just green apple? Interesting.
Yeah, it's just a tart, more tart green apple, no mango notes, no citrus flavors. Nothing.
Don't they already have a green apple?
I think it's either sold out or it's in the vault or something. But it feels like they just took their
in the damn Disney vault.
Yeah, it feels like they just took their green apple stuff and just put a new skin on the thing. Because there is no, and a lot of people have said the same thing, like on the internet and YouTube and stuff. They're like, this kind of sucks. Like
green apple is delicious.
Well, I know. But
okay, anybody out there who's saying it sucks?
No. I like green apple things, but when you're drinking Crash Bandicoot Wumpa Fruit and you expect it to taste like a combination of a apple and a mango, which the world has not seen before, and you wanted something new and creative and flavor-tastic,
I'm
and
sure.
you get,
Please no.
and you just get
Flavor-tastic?
I just made it up. And you just get green apple. It's not good. But it also
I don't like mango, so green apple.
fair enough. It also just might be one of those that's growing on me. It might grow on me. I might come back later and end up loving it, but that's pretty much it. I still need to fit building my Zoid in to the schedule.
Oh yeah.
It's
You haven't finished that?
no, it is. I still am about the same place I was to the last time that I ended it, because it's just, I need to find a sweet spot. Maybe I can do it on Wednesdays and Saturdays or something, or I don't know.
Bitch, what are you doing every day? You can't fit a
not-
Zoid
You're
in.
not wrong.
You took a 3-hour nap today.
You're right. That's 3 hours. I could have been building a foot or something of the Zoid.
I told you it was going to be hard.
Oh my God. Yeah. Hard is an understatement.
Did you watch or look at any of the PlayStation and Xbox UI reveal?
No.
Nice. I think they look kind of... Well, I like the PlayStation one. It's kind of a combination between the PS3 and the PS4. It has the square kind of layout, except it's smaller.
Okay.
The squares are smaller, and it looks like at least some of the games... Did you have a PS3?
Yes.
Do you remember when you would hover on the games, it would bring up a
Oh yeah.
screenshot of the game or custom artwork or something? It's got that,
Well, that's cool.
which is like probably the best thing about the PS3.
Yes.
At least the UI.
Yeah.
The UI wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
No.
So it's gonna be kind of like that, except more streamlined.
Okay,
It seems
sweet.
like I actually like the aesthetic a lot.
Nice.
They're adding some more stuff, like the game guide stuff that Stadia talked about, where you could look up
Yeah.
They're basically doing that for at least some games. They talked about that Sackboy game, Sackboy's
Yeah.
Big Adventure. Apparently, you can click some kind of button in the game, and it'll bring up a picture-in-picture mode that shows you how to do it. And I think you can do it smaller or larger,
Yeah.
and it looks really cool.
Okay. Sweet. That's pretty interesting. I like little implementations to the UI into the game and stuff like that. Because, if you're spending a lot of time in it, you want the UI to be awesome.
Yeah, the Xbox one was kind of similar, at least the homepage. But then there's a bunch of other ones that look way too cluttered. It's not. I definitely think I like the PS5 and the PS4 better. I don't know if you remember the Xbox One. I know you did have an Xbox One.
Yeah.
It's very similar to that, except maybe a little better, but also worse in some ways.
Okay. I can see that because I felt that it was really cluttered. There's a lot of tiles, a lot of stuff going
yeah.
on. Like once you figured out where stuff was, it wasn't that difficult to get to things, but it was still
A lot
just
of menus.
yeah. It was
Kind of like in Sword Art Online when Kirito, was that his name, Kirito?
yes.
Is going through all the like he's clicking a menu to open a menu to open. That's kind of what the Xbox
Yeah.
UI is.
I agree.
Except the home one, the one I guess the one that you comes up when you boot the Xbox up is not that bad. But when you have to dig into any settings, it looks like it devolves pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I definitely get that. I'm not.
I don't. My gosh, Microsoft is like the 5th biggest company in the world.
When I say I get that, I don't mean that I agree with it. I kind of get where they're coming from for that. Like they want everything to be. They want you to have access to everything, so you stay in there.
You have access to everything on the PlayStation.
Well, I know, but I guess they just want it to look like.
I think
that.
they said that their PlayStation, that is, said they're going to put all of the media stuff in one section. So that's nice. That won't
Nice.
clutter up
That
your
is good.
home screen. I'm excited. I don't know. I'm not going to get a PlayStation at launch because I don't know if there are any games at launch, but I am excited for it. That thing is so damn big. It's massive.
I keep thinking about it, and I'm just like, this is much bigger than, and even in
It's
videos,
as big
and
as an
stuff-
Asian man's body. Holy.
Yeah,
Big as my head almost.
Yes, almost. It's yeah. I'm gonna have to buy a special pedestal or something to get it to fit. It's
I swear, you're going to have to buy a trophy case.
it's insane.
You're going to have to buy a 4th bookshelf.
Yes, it's insane. I feel like in videos you kind of get the idea, but I'm
I
not.
think it's going to be up to my knees.
That's what I'm gonna say. Jesus. Yeah, I feel like I'm not going to get the real idea until I unbox it and sit it somewhere and go, fuck.
Why would you send it somewhere?
Sit it.
Oh, set it somewhere?
Set it somewhere and be like, fuck, I got to get a bigger apartment or for this PS5. So.
You can't get it through the door?
Okay, yeah. Gotta bring it through the side window.
But this is not a PlayStation podcast, and it's not an Xbox podcast. This is a topic-based podcast. And the topic for today is, I don't know how to word this, how to fix Pokemon. That's changes we have with Pokemon. The way, and this could get derailed quickly, but the plan was to recommend about 5 changes each for the better for Pokemon. We don't know. I guess we'll go back and forth. We don't know. We didn't look at each other's. We could have the 5 same ones. I don't know. Did you look at mine, Jordan?
I promise I didn't.
Okay.
I do want to.
I saw that side eye.
No, I do want to share a side game idea to discuss to kind of get the juices flowing before.
Okay, so I just want to say I also had a few things that I think are common complaints that I don't think are a problem.
Okay.
Also, I did want to, of course, say that obviously if they did these things, it would make it harder. It would make it more time consuming, more money. But at least I believe, and I think Jordan would probably also believe, if they took instead of 2 or 3 years, 4 or 5 years to make a Pokemon game, it would probably come out with a better product.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And also there are, of course, more things that they could always improve upon.
Yes, I actually had a lengthy conversation with a frequent person at our local card shop the other day about just Pokemon in general and stuff and what they could do better. And he was saying it was kind of that Sword and Shield was kind of like the Final Fantasy VII demo. And then, when they're like, this is kind of what we can do. And then when Final Fantasy VII Remake came out, they were like, this is what we really can do. And so they were saying, you're
saying that Sword and Shield has potential?
They were saying that Sword and Shield was the demo Pokemon game for the Switch, and then whatever the next thing they come out with is going to be. Oh man, okay. Yeah. But I did have written down at the bottom of my stuff,
computer screen's disgusting too.
Like Ryan was saying, should they take some time off between Pokemon games?
Well, they definitely should.
Yeah.
I don't think they will, and that's one of the biggest problems, I think.
Oh, but before we jump into that, it's a side idea game because I wouldn't want this.
Oh, you're talking about
just an offshoot.
What do they call those? Spinoff.
I wouldn't want this to be a main game by any means, but it's a region building Pokemon Tycoon style game where you're kind of like the mayor.
Milk.
You're kind of like the mayor or the governor, however you want to look at it. Basically, you're either over just a town or you're over an entire region, and you're hiring and firing gym leaders, putting trainers in gyms, doing the Elite Four, and you're like, listen, man, you lost to Joey the Bug Catcher. You're out of here. Like, you're fired. I got to go find a new gym leader. Got to go.
Damn, if I lost to Joey the Bug Catcher, I'd kill myself.
Yeah, and so I would just
got a Charmander.
Exactly. So it was just something I was thinking about here and there, and I was like, I think that would be really, really fun.
That could be interesting. I do think Pokemon has a lot of potential for spin-offs.
Instead of giving us a damn craft game, like a damn cafe game.
Oh yeah, but that sounds way more in depth than a cafe game.
Yes,
it sounds
definitely.
like it would take a lot more time and probably take different developers than a weird cafe game.
True, but that was just something I wanted to throw out there, just for people's ideas to spin on and stuff. I think I would really enjoy that. But let's get into the nitty gritty, and you can go ahead and.
You want me to go first? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I want you to do the blanket statement of like this is things that how'd you word it? You said that things that they could improve
things they could improve upon or change.
Yeah, that's right.
The first thing that I have on here is story. I don't know if you have it on yours or not.
I do. You can kind of give your thoughts on it and I can chime in whenever.
Okay, so I think that the Pokemon story has been boring and samey for a long time now. Big bad guy tries to take over the world. And with little intricacies here and there, I think the villains have gotten to where I just don't care. Some of them are just dumb, and let me think for a second. They seem very similar in a lot of ways. They just kind of go crazy sometimes. Rose and Lucina are kind of like that. They both seem kind of fine, and then they're not. They also don't really do anything at all.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The main things I wrote down were the story is boring. I want cooler stories.
Yeah, it's just your companions. I don't care about your companions for the most part. Every once in a while, I'm trying to think. I've played, I think, all of the Pokemon, but there are a few that I barely played. And I think that the newer ones, what's her name? The blonde-haired girl? I can't even see, Lily.
Lily.
She's just kind of boring. And I know a lot of these characters do get fleshed out in the anime. We're not talking about the anime, though. I think that she's boring. I think that a bunch of X and Y had like 5 different rivals.
Yeah. I will say, just speaking specifically to Sword and Shield, because it's the freshest on my mind, it's just like, okay, here's some story beats. Okay, battle some gym leaders. Okay, here's this climax where nothing really pieces itself together. It's kind of just like, there's no middle, there's kind of a beginning, and then there's a climax. And it's just kind of like, how the hell did we get here?
Yeah.
I definitely agree I hate Hop with a passion.
I think that Hop gets a lot of bad press because here's the thing. I think Hop has a ton of potential as a character who loses. Your rivals don't lose, but he loses. And if they could have explored the mental toll of that, and I know it's a children's game, but this is what I want, so I'm gonna say what I want. Maybe I've heard of people, what if he had become the villain because he felt inadequate?
I would have liked that. It was definitely one of those where, I don't know, I felt, comparing him to other rivals, the only game that I didn't dive too much into or play at all was Sun and Moon, really. Sorry, that's the Alolan one, yeah.
Sun and Moon is Alola.
Yeah, I only played like 2 hours of that and didn't...
Really?
Yeah, I just couldn't get into it.
I mean, that's another thing that we'll talk about later a little bit, but
yes,
Sun and Moon definitely has problems, especially in the beginning.
Yes, but comparing Hop to the rest of the rivals and stuff, it wasn't... I don't know. I wanted the kind of edge of Gary and some of the other rivals and stuff. And
you haven't really had a rival like that in a long time. Somebody that was not only threatening to you. You think you're gonna lose to Hop?
True.
I thought that guy was gonna kill himself, but by the end of the game, I beat him so bad.
Yeah, that's true.
But they don't really. They're too friendly. Like there's a such thing as a friendly rivalry, and then there's a such thing as not a rivalry at all, which is kind of what that is.
Yeah, it's just, we're from the same town. We both got Pokemon. Whereas Gary was like, I'm going to smoke you.
Yeah.
You killed my Pidgeotto or whatever
the
Pokemon.
Silver, the guy from the second one, was kind of the same way. He was much more, he was almost bordering on being a bad guy.
Yeah. And so, I don't know. We'll definitely, I'm sure we'll get into the deeper constructs of that.
I think that Pokemon has a ton of lore implications or possibilities. Of course, they've had stuff like War Hinted, Giovanni, and the other gangs could be very interesting to actually go into. And I think that it has just the world building, of course, with all the Pokemon, could be so much better than it is.
I definitely agree with that. I'm on, Pokemon.com, kind of just scrolling through their games and stuff and just looking at them. And it's just, they have so much potential. And I think that's the thing that frustrates me the most is, one, I know Pokemon Company, whatever they make is basically printing money. Like,
oh yeah, of course.
And I definitely know they're not in it for the money. I mean, obviously they're a company, they like money, but I know they want people to enjoy what they're making and such. And it's just kind of like, I would much rather go back and play like Gold, Crystal, and Silver, and or Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald than I would, Sun or Moon. Just because.
Oh yeah,
not Sun or Moon. Sword and Shield. Just because I feel those games have they stand on their 2 legs better.
I don't think any of the Pokemon games are bad, but that's just because the Pokemon, are interesting, and I think that the core gameplay mechanic of turn-based battles, if you like that, it's just never going to get old because it's a very tried and true combat method.
I definitely agree with that. I want at the end of the day, Pokemon is an RPG, and I want it to be more of an RPG. RPGs, they're known for having amazing stories.
Yeah, that's true.
and I need Pokemon to get back to have an amazing stories.
Well, Pokemon-
if they've ever had one.
I know
at
some
all.
people like the one with N in it. I can't remember. It's
Black and
like,
white.
Okay.
Black and white 1 and black and white
But
2.
besides that, I think Pokemon had interesting stories.
Yes.
Especially considering the fact that that was, the first couple games. And I've said this, I'm going to say it again. This is a kid's game. But I think that Pokemon Company also, it would be nice if they realized that a lot of the people that played it when they were kids are still the people buying the game. So they've aged with the game, but the game hasn't aged fast enough in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And it gets down to, I personally am not going to get into this, but with the whole, there's still a competitive scene for it. People are still EV training. People are still shiny hunting.
Oh yeah, I don't think we're going to get into
No,
that because that's not.
No, and that's why I just wanted to touch on it briefly. Like, I'm not going to go any further than just those.
Apparently, that's easier than it's ever been.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know how good the meta is or anything.
Yeah, but it's just, people are finding ways to make Pokemon to do stuff after the game is over, and I don't really find myself wanting to go back and play the, what's it called? The, whatever the first DLC is after
Isle of Armor?
yeah.
Or was that the second one?
Isle of Armor, Frost Wilds, or whatever it's called, is the second
Frozen
one.
Wilds?
Yeah, it's coming
Was
out.
that that Horizon?
That's the second one. Anyway, there's a second Pokemon DLC for Sword and Shield that's coming out soon.
Yeah, I think a lot of those look interesting, and I think they're a good step forward.
Yes.
But okay, let's just move on because I think a lot of that is still is story, and it also has to do with some of the other stuff that I've written down. What's your other? Do you have another one?
Yeah,
that you'd like to talk about?
It's a small one, but I want them to make like TMs permanent. Like the temporary moves, just make them permanent where you can teach them to any Pokemon instead of you use them once and they go away.
What's it? I don't even honestly remember.
Temporary moves, so they're like Steel Wing, different moves you find in the wild on your adventure. The little disc things. Not
okay, like the specialized moves.
Yeah, they're not HMs because they made
HMs are cut, and really that's weird.
Yeah, so
why? What's wrong with you? Want like Ursaring or somebody to be able to learn Steel Wing or something?
No. I don't want them to change how the
Ursaring is the big bear Pokemon. It's not a Steel type.
No, I don't want them to change how Pokemon learn moves. I just want, if I find, a flamethrower TM or whatever the move is, and I teach it to a Pokemon, once I teach it to whatever Pokemon that is, the TM is gone, and then I have to go buy the TM again.
Yeah, that is a small one. See, I don't really have a problem with that.
And it's not like a big thing.
Because that's just kind of making it easier.
Yeah, and it's not like a big thing, but,
honestly, that was one of the last, if you'd gone through every aspect of Pokemon, that I would have probably never come upon that.
Yeah, and it's not a big thing, like I said.
Because I tried to do big, like things that would change the series.
Oh, yeah, that's why I just wanted to mention it now before we got super deep into anything.
We just did story.
I know. The thing that I really want them to do is I'm tired of them introducing something new into the franchise.
You're talking about Dynamaxing and all that?
Nope.
No?
I was talking about specifically, like the Battle Frontier, the Battle Athlon, the Contest Hall, the Safari Zone, the PAL Park, different stuff like that. It's all these things they've implemented.
Those things are awesome.
I know. And I also think they're awesome. They implement them and in one generation and then they're gone in the next generation.
I don't have a problem with that either.
Yeah?
No, because it's not. I don't think that they could ever put every single one, because Pokemon's going to be going on for decades and decades. It would be insurmountably massive by the end.
Well, true, and I don't want every single one in every single game, but I would like them to at least put.
I don't even think. Wait, now that I think about it, are any of those in the new one?
No,
and so it's just the wild area.
Just the wild area. And granted, the daycare is a common thing, but that's not like the battle arena. And they have whatever their tower is.
They have the tower thing. Yeah, I don't really have a problem with that either.
And I'm fine with that. I guess I just want them to, what's going to be the next thing, the next generation. There's not going to be, they're going to take away the wild area and give us something different, I guess I just want them to keep some consistencies in the. And I kind of get the fact that, they're going from region to region. So each region or each part of the world, of the Pokemon world, isn't going to have the same, Like this particular region isn't going to have the Battle Frontier or have contest because it's not big in that region. And I'm just not realizing that now that I've voiced this opinion and kind of fleshed it out loud. So
Like, see, I kind of like having something new every time, and I feel a little bit stronger. I wish that they didn't. The Dynamax thing is I think that they focus too much on the Dynamax and in a smaller way in what you're talking about, and less on things that matter more, like we're talking about. But I still like those things, and
So granted, I like the new stuff. Like I like the, this generation.
you just want them to keep everything else.
No, and they don't have to put everything else in everything game. Like I'm the formula I'm fine with is new generation of Pokemon. It has a new thing, like the wild area or whatever their tower is, but give me like a contest hall or something else. Just give me something new, but also take something from the other generations.
Just something random.
I mean, make it work for the region or whatever they're in. Don't just, and granted, I get it. Like they would have to kind of change how.
The Battle Frontier is essentially the Battle Tower.
Well, yeah,
and the Wild Area is essentially the Safari Zone.
True, and I get it. Like if they implemented something from a previous generation or game or something, they have to kind of change the story, kind of change how people interact with it, put it in the game. It couldn't just be something random.
I tell you, that's something similar that I would like them to do. It's similar to what you're talking about, but more granular and more specific. Because I do think it would be nice to have that stuff, but I do think some of it is filled with things like the Wild Area and the tower. What I would like is good, solid side missions. It is an RPG with essentially no side missions.
I will agree with you wholeheartedly. Down on mine, I have more player intrigue, something interesting. And the first thing I thought of is when you go hunt the Reggies. Dang, what game is it?
Emerald?
Diamond and Pearl?
Emerald.
Is it Emerald?
It's Emerald.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's Emerald.
I believe you. I believe you because
Emerald. It's Emerald. It's Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
That's right. Yes. Hunting the Reggies, and then just like you finding them, and Regigigas and stuff, and it's so cool. And I consider that.
Wait, is Regigigas in Ruby and Sapphire, or is he in the later game? I know Regirock and Regice and Registeel are in
Ruby and Sapphire. But I think the Regigigas thing is in.
He's so stupid. I hate that Pokemon.
He is stupid, but I like the fact that you go on a quest and a mission.
But I don't even call those. That's almost more of a main mission thing. And I want more personal stuff, like in a game like The Witcher. I know that's a big ask. It's one of the best written games of all time. But I want, to talk to people, and I want it to feel like they lived in this world. And I don't send me on missions that have actually interesting puzzles and like maybe a mystery to solve besides the most obvious stuff in the world.
Okay, I can definitely agree with that. I hate the fact that there's no like legendary quest. It's just, I can't get to this cave, or there's a special pedestal, or it's a special area or whatever, and there's just a legendary waiting there.
But I don't know how else.
I don't know how.
Now, it would be nice if they gave a story reason. That would be nice.
Exactly, and
sometimes there is, but sometimes there's not.
True, I don't know. I don't know how they'd change it, but I would like
just give us better written.
Yes,
just write it better. I think in Sword and Shield, the dogs. I guess there was a reason. I think that they were in there, wasn't there? It's because the Sword and Shield just so happened to be in there.
Yeah.
But I'd like deeper. Go deeper. Yeah. Go deeper. Why was the Sword and Shield there? Who are these heroes that died or whatever protecting the country? Tell me more about them.
Going into Sword and Shield, I was thinking, because you meet Sonya and stuff, and she's like, oh, here's this relic.
Oh, the professors suck too.
Yes.
They suck.
Kiawe
Sonya sucks. Magnolia sucks. The new professors suck.
Yeah. Last good one was Birch.
No, I like Sycamore.
Okay.
But I don't know anything about him. Maybe he does suck. But I think that I'm trying to look on my list here. This could lead you to like different kinds of battle, not just 1v1, 2v2. Give us something else to do Make the battles more interesting.
Oh yeah, the biggest thing I have written, no, not the biggest thing, but one of the things that irks me the most is these games are too easy. They are too easy.
I actually have a topic. I want to get to that by itself, though. I've got a couple more. I think the NPCs just suck in general. You go talk to one, and almost always they just kind of look at you with a soulless stare, say one line, and then that's the only line they have.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't know. I think when you
let us go into buildings. You can go in like 2 buildings in this massive city that they've been pumping up, and you can go in the Pokemon Center and like 2 shops.
Yeah. I like the character customization. That's pretty. It's nice.
It's nice. It needs to be more in depth, but it is nice.
Yes, it's a step forward.
Yeah, I don't even think it needs to be that more in depth, but
no,
a little more would definitely be nice.
Yeah, I'm not trying to choose my cheekbones or anything like that, but just give me a little bit more options.
I know that there's probably infinite amount of side missions and side quests that they can do, but one thing that I thought of particularly is let us play the Pokemon TCG. In The Witcher 3, and I don't know about the other Witchers, but you can play Gwent, which is a game that's outside. You can play Gwent on PC and other, consoles. I don't know if it's on consoles or not, but you can play it outside of the game. Let us play some form of the TCG, the trading card game, in the video game. I think that would be interesting to try to collect. I mean, if they've got these magical creatures inhabiting their world, who's to say that they wouldn't make an interesting game out of them? I mean, people make card games based on like the World Wars, and they make collectible card games based on sports and stuff. Who's to say they couldn't do the same thing? I think it'd be really cool to be able to challenge people. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking about how cool this would be to be able to challenge gym leaders. Have multiple kinds of gym leaders. Have gym leaders for the card game and gym leaders for the Pokemon game. Put a really robust version of the Game Boy game where you could play the card game into the main game.
Yes. I was just thinking about how in Sword and Shield they have I guess they're like player cards. They're like collectible cards. You get them when you win or whatever. And I was like, well, they have that. So that's a pretty good stepping stone for them to just implement the trading card system, like you were saying, because if people are already collecting those and like, oh, I got super secret rare Leon signature foil hollow shiny, whatever it's called, and so it'd be pretty common for the people already collecting those cards, and so they could definitely build. That's already a thing that's
and then that could maybe even get them interested in the real life card game.
Yeah, I am curious about what the next region is going to be. I want to see what they're going to do next.
It's like 2 or 3 years away at least.
Yeah. But I'm still yearning for more, even after playing this DLC and stuff. And it's just
I do kind of want to play the DLC. I think it looks interesting, and it's how much is it? Is it $30?
Yeah,
that's not too bad.
Also,
I do like that instead of having to buy a new game, they're selling the DLC separately.
That is nice. I think during this most recent sale, they were doing a bundle. Or no, it's not I don't know. I think now you can buy the base game and the DLC together, like in a bundle for like a couple dollars off or something.
Okay, that's cool.
For that,
I wish that they would remake keep remaking the games in really cool ways, like they did with
Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah, exactly. But that's a conversation for another day, I think. Do you have any? What is your next improvement?
The Elite Four sucks.
The Elite Four sucks.
The Elite Four sucks.
What you mean? They weren't even in Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Wait, were they?
I don't know. I didn't play Sun and Moon.
I don't remember. Gym leaders. There were no gym leaders.
Yeah, they were like island keepers or whatever they were called. But you dying?
I'm dying.
You're dying? Okay. Yeah, sometimes it feels like the gym leaders are harder than the Elite Four. It's not.
I think I've ever thought that.
The Elite Four is not what it used to be.
I think they're all easy.
Yeah, true.
I think that a lot of people look back and think that the Pokemon games are harder than they were because you were 6, maybe. That being said, I do think that they were harder, but I don't think that they were so hard as to. I mean, I raped the entire. And when I played Yellow for the first time, I had a level like 80 Pikachu and a level 50 something Dugtrio, and that's the only thing I used.
That's amazing. That's
At one
awesome.
point, though, I remember I had a level 100 Charmeleon. I don't know why, but I did.
Fair enough. That's pretty legit. I don't know. I just remember back to red and blue and yellow days of the Elite Four, and you'd almost kill them. They'd be like full restore, hyper potion, mega potion.
I think that it should be a little more interesting than just full restore, because that's just kind of annoying. I feel like they need to make. Okay, I see. I don't want to. This is going into. I want them to make it harder. The games are so damn easy.
Yes,
it is absolutely ridiculous. I'll read you what I wrote. I said, I know it's a children's game, but holy balls, it's so damn easy. And some of the tutorial, really drive. Holy crap! There are so many tutorials in Sun and Moon. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can use, barely any item and just steamroll a lot of the game.
I want the what they're called, status effects. I want status effects to be more lethal. Like if you, just hear me out. No,
that goes from fair and hard to potentially just straight up annoying.
True,
especially because those are random a lot of the times. Whether or not you get paralyzed.
Well, yeah. But I guess I'm just speaking specifically to like poison and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
I know.
I think that they could do that, but I think that they would need to think more in depth about the battles as a whole instead of just a roadblock. I think that each battle could be more important. I think that they could. I don't know how they would do it. I'm not the Pokemon company, but I think that if they did that, and I think that there is a way, it could almost make it more of an item management game and more of a Pokemon manage. Actually, instead of killing an entire team with your level 100 Charizard, actually make it to where your opponents or a challenge. That way you have to manage it in a fair way. That's the whole thing. A fair and fun and interesting way. That way you don't feel bad about using items. You don't feel bad when you're losing because you're losing to you know what I mean?
I want it to be, you want it to be more strategic.
Yes, that's a great word for it.
Now, granted, what I'm about to bring up next isn't going to be a crowd favorite. I want there to be permadeath.
Why?
Because, I know, in the...
Yeah, you don't even beat Sekiro.
I know. I know. Coming from someone that doesn't beat Sekiro or play The Witcher or etc.
Well, The Witcher is not particularly hard.
Yeah, I know. I was just throwing it out there. I would like if a Pokemon gets to 0 HP, it dies.
Why? What does that add? You just don't use it again. There's a reason Nuzlocke is a thing.
That's true. And I don't know. I guess I just want there to be more stakes to a battle rather than
make it story stakes. Don't make it to where I grinded until my Pidgey evolved into a Pidgeotto and then evolved into a Pidgeot, and I just so happened to fight a guy that has a Zapdos and now he's dead. That's just not fun.
I don't mean just randomly throwing permadeath. Make it part
of the
story.
That's still not fun though.
I don't know.
The game has to be fun.
Well, yeah, and I think it would be.
This is so strange. You don't like hard games.
No, and
you almost refuse to play them.
That's true. I don't know. I think it would just add an interest. I guess
it's not. I just don't think.
No,
maybe make it. I wouldn't have a problem with them making a mode, if them having a permadeath mode. But I don't see what that adds.
Like when you start the game, you select your difficulty sort of thing.
Select the difficulty. I don't think that really adds anything except frustration unless you're looking for a very specific experience.
I think what that is stemming off of and kind of like the stepping block for is I want more. I want it to be more intricate, more interesting, more.
Yeah, you don't have to add permadeath.
Well, no,
that doesn't solve that.
True, and I guess
if you can still, easily beat a gym leader, that doesn't. You could have permadeath and still the game could still be easy.
True, and I guess it wouldn't work in the story either because if you kill all the gym leaders' Pokemon,
you're killing the gym leaders' Pokemon. What the?
Yeah,
that's dark as shit. That's like an edgelord that's over there in the corner beating off. Oh, my Gengar is a Gengar because he died in battle.
I would like to see them do more with like the types and the typings, and maybe I don't know, change up the starters from fire, grass, and water.
I don't have a problem with that either because that doesn't keep you from. I think that's probably a good way to keep the game balanced early on, and some of those Pokemon evolve into different types, which I like that. I think the Decidueye was Ghost Grass or something by the end.
Dark grass.
No, he definitely wasn't Dark Grass.
He was
I think he was Ghost.
Is Decidueye ghost?
I think he's a Ghost type.
I don't think he is.
I would like to see more of that. I almost can't. In fact, I know he is. He's a Ghost type.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
But you didn't even play Sun and Moon. Is he in Sun and Moon? Yes, he is. You didn't even play Sun and Moon.
I know. Decidueye. Holy shit, you were right.
I know I'm right. Why did you doubt me?
I don't know. I guess my first thought is like Ghost. He has to die or something. Like part of him has to be dead. I don't know.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
That's a good point. That's interesting that he is Ghost Grass.
How do you have permadeath with Ghost type Pokemon?
That's a good point.
They're
all Ghost types now.
Yeah, you're gonna have a team full of Ghost types. That would be annoying as hell since half the types. No, it's just normal. Just normal type can't affect ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, there's 18 different types in Pokemon. There's a ton. They have tons to work with.
I don't like that. I think that it'll be an interesting mode, but I don't think that'll be incredibly hard to bounce around potentially. I just think if you want to do that, just play Nuzlocke.
True.
Just if your Pokemon gets knocked out, put it in the PC or release it, and don't use it again.
Fair enough.
I think that's easy enough to do on your own.
Yeah, I can accept that. What else you got on your list?
Well, like I said, make it harder. I really think that the management thing, making it more of a almost a strategy-esque game, more strategic, be really good. The next thing, my last couple aren't as big of a deal, I guess, but I said voice acting, and I wrote, for the love of God, it's 2020, the weird, awkward mouth movement with no voice is dumb. Hire some voice actors, you cheap bastards.
Yes. Yes, that is true. They have the fucking money.
They're the most... the richest they've made. Son of a bitch.
They've made enough money to hire.
No. That's specific. They are the most lucrative entertainment property in the world. They've made more money than Star Wars, Harry Potter, My Little Kitten. What's it called? Hello Kitten. Oh. Hello Kitty. They've made more than the Justice League and all the superhero stuff. Pokemon is number one. They're not short on cash.
Yeah, they have it.
Hire some voice acting for the love of God.
Hire some.
That would be the easiest thing to do. They're already writing it. They're already animating the voice movement, the mouth movement. Hire Nolan North or something. I don't know. I'm sure he needs the work.
Yeah, hire some good voice actors.
You trying to say something about Nolan North?
No, he's a good voice actor.
I would love if your character was Nolan North or the next professor was Nolan North.
That'd be great.
Drake. Is that you?
Oh, that'd be great.
You're so charming. He could play Sycamore.
Oh, yeah.
Or Juniper.
Oh my. Yeah, I would. Dang it, I forgot my thought. What was I gonna say? Keep going. If I remember, I'll tell you.
I think there should be voice acting.
Okay.
It would make the game feel more realistic. Not more realistic. It would make the world feel like a real, not, you know what I mean? It would make the world feel
lived in
and real, not real as in realistic, but like it's an actual world.
Yes. Like,
and not just a video game.
Yeah. Not just, oh man, these are NPCs and this is.
It would give them more personality.
That's the word. Yes. Dang it. I cannot remember. I guess I'll just randomly yell this out later tonight if I remember what this thought was. Cause it was mediocre at best. You know, it was a pretty good thought for Pokemon. Damn it. What was it?
Well, I thought you said it was mediocre.
Mediocre is good.
What?
Yeah.
But then you said it was good.
I'm
contradicting yourself.
I am. I'm getting nervous now. You're scaring me.
Palms sweaty?
Yes.
Knees weak, arms are heavy?
Mm-hmm.
Is there vomit on your sweater already?
Yeah.
I made tacos, so it would be tacos. Mom's taco. No, ain't your mom. That's weird. Yeah. Do you have anything else? As you open up your Rick and Morty notebook.
Yeah, man. Gotta use my paper notebook before I switch to digital note taking.
Just throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
Litter is cool. Littering is cool. Don't let the government talk you out of it.
The only thing else I have is, ouch.
That's
He
number
hit
2.
me. You heard him hit me. I think I'm done with Pokemon until they make some major
No, you're going to buy it again.
Yes, but I have to say it. Okay, I have to put it out there and say
Honestly, I kind of feel the same way because when I was playing through Sword and Shield, I was like, this is cool, but man, this could be... It's almost exhausting thinking of how much better it could be.
because you've seen fan mades and you've seen art and stuff.
And they're all worse than what Pokemon Company does.
Sometimes.
They're always worse than what Pokemon Company does, but
The biggest...
those people are unpaid fans. So if they could do something that good, surely a billion-dollar company could do something better.
So a nitpicky is the trees. You know, you always see...
There's like literally one tree. We're not going to go down this avenue, are we?
No.
Where the tree didn't look great.
I just had to mention it.
I think that the graphics are fine. I don't think that the graphics or the art style needs to change.
I'm not asking for 4K melt your eyes out of your
Yes,
socket.
it could be better. Obviously, it could always be better, but I don't think that it's a priority.
No.
I think it would be nice. Obviously, should it look better? Probably, but I think for the most part, the game looks fine.
Yeah.
I just think I'm just so tired of hearing about the tree.
I mean, I get it. Sometimes
when I was playing through the game, I don't know, 40 or 50 hours that I played the game, I did not once say, "Oh, this game looks bad."
No, it was...
I did not mean to sound like the psychotic kid from Episode Family.
That was pretty spot on.
Pokemon looks bad.
That kid is so creepy.
Yeah, he is.
I will say that, yes, when I was playing the game, I was like, oh man, the wild area, this is cool. Let's get to the next gym. Let's play this. And like, I was having fun, but now...
The pop-in is something that I definitely noticed, though, I will say.
What?
The pop-in? When you were walking down through the wild area and a damn Rhyhorn just appeared out of nowhere?
Yeah, but
I definitely noticed that, I will say.
Yeah, that happened to me with Machoke. He was just like, hey.
Dude, some of those Machokes chase your ass down.
Dude, they're so big. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like, and granted, I know Pokemon Company is a huge company. They have tons of different teams and such, but it feels like sometimes they might be spreading themselves a little thin with the anime, with...
They don't make the anime.
Well, I know, but still, the
only thing they make is the games.
I know, but it still feels like they're juggling too many axes, putting too many. They got too much going on,
Really? I don't get that.
I think if they
make a game every 3 years.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking.
Granted, it takes a long time to make one of these big AAA games, but that's what they do. So if they're gonna do something, if they're gonna improve something, this is where they would do it in the only thing they do.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, if we didn't have Pokemon Cafe Mix,
they're not making those.
Yeah, no,
the same team that makes the core Pokemon 50-hour JRPGs are not the same people that make a damn mobile game.
Well, no. Okay. Well,
they wouldn't know how. It's a different skill set. And I'm not leasing out. I'm sure that those people, the core team at Pokemon Company gets paid way more than some jabroni that makes a free game on mobile.
Pokemon Unite or whatever else is going to be coming out.
Probably even Unite. I'm sure Unite's a different team too, because that's that's what League of Legends type.
True. I don't know. I guess I just won't. I know they have the resources. I know that they sure as hell have the time.
There's a really good video by Mother's Basement on YouTube explaining why. I definitely recommend anybody who is interested in any of this or in Pokemon in general, why they release a game every 2 or 3 years instead of 4 or 5 years. Basically, he talks about supply chains and the fact that a new anime has to come out every few years, and a lot of it makes sense. They have deals with like thousands of companies, and
not even to mention the trading card game.
The trading card game, exactly. That's something else that the Pokemon Company does. I'm sure that they handle the trading card game in house. I think they do, because I've read an article by Game Informer a while back talking about that. But yeah, I think that they probably have 2 divisions: the trading card and the video game, and they probably don't even work together really.
No, because the Pokemon, the trading card side of things has their whole on team, the design team, the art team, the R&D, where they're actually sitting down and testing the sets to make sure that, things like,
well, I'm sure they claim they do that, but then you get a broken card.
Yeah, you get a broken card and they're like, well, we'll let them have it for a little bit. We got to sell some stuff and then we'll ban it. Or,
I would like for them to take another, 2 years. If we could get a game that was as revolutionary as the first Pokemon game or the second Pokemon game, I would wait. I would gladly wait 5 years.
That's the time frame I was going to throw
think, holy shit, this is the Pokemon that I've been wanting. I don't want. And when I was younger, years and years ago, I was like, yeah, I want Pokemon with Skyrim. I want Charizard flying through the sky looking realistic. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I want a cartoony JRPG with an interesting, cool story and good side missions. That's basically what I want. I want Ni no Kuni, but Pokemon is what I want.
Fair enough.
Is Ni no Kuni the good Pokemon? Might be.
You don't have animals. Yeah,
you do. You played the bad Ni no Kuni.
Yeah, you're right. Ni no Kuni 2.
Do you have anything else?
No, I just I'm hopeful, but I am also prepared to be disappointed as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Of course, you got the Pokedex stuff. That was whatever they call it. Not Brexit. Oh gosh, that's the actual thing. Dexit. I do think that was overblown, but yes, it would be nice if all the Pokemon. And honestly, I kind of like what they're doing, releasing some new Pokemon as time goes on. I think that's interesting. I think that they could refine that and make it really, really, really interesting with almost a monthly thing, a new Pokemon or a new 10 Pokemon drop for free, obviously.
Also, the people that are complaining about, oh, this Pokemon isn't in the game. Those aren't the same motherfuckers that are they're not completing the decks or whatever. They're just mad because this specific Pokemon in this specific category just so happens to be their favorite, and it's not in the game.
I don't know about that, but I am interested in all the not new legendaries. You're gonna be able to catch all the legendaries though in that new DLC.
There are. I guess they are considered new legendaries. I think. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about all the legendaries.
Well, yes, that is cool. I'm talking
like Rayquaza and Mew and all. You're gonna be able to catch all those.
I know that, but I'm talking about the new legendary bird types.
Yes, you'll be able to catch the new birds and the new Reggies too.
Yeah, and so that's gonna be pretty sweet. That's what I was talking about when I said new legendaries. So it is gonna be sweet. I'm curious to see what their numbering is gonna be and stuff. And
the number.
Yes.
Really? That's what you're interested in?
I mean, it'd be cool. I also want to see how they interact in the game and stuff. It's going to be sweet to see.
They're going to walk around like the others.
Oh, man.
And not interact.
Yes. Exactly what I want.
It's going to be like in 1996 when you walked in and found Mewtwo, except it's going to look slightly better.
Oh, they're going to make the truck look good this time.
No, that's Mew. Mewtwo was in the cave.
Yeah, he knows his Pokemon knowledge.
I love Pokemon. Pokemon is my most nostalgic thing at all. It's more than Dragon Ball, more than Harry Potter, more than anything. So I hate to say this. It will end up playing the DLC, liking it, but thinking this could be way, way better. I do have one more smaller thing, and like I said, there's probably 1,000 little things, but the animation is an obvious one. I think that some of the moves are incredible, especially the super moves and stuff. Some of them look awesome, and then some of them are the most lazy, basic. They don't even wag their tail really; they just kind of move.
Yeah, they just move the pixels side to side. One thing that I forgot to mention is...
Oh, you don't want to just go after me?
Oh, yeah, we can. Just because I remembered that I forgot to mention it. Yes, some of the moves are really cool, and then some of the moves, they don't do anything.
No, some of them, they just kind of shake their body.
Yeah. And there's tons of sweaty rants about it on YouTube and stuff, and... and I get it. Like, I'd like for the moves to be cooler, or like back in the day when you did seismic toss for the first time, you're like, oh man, this is legit.
Seismic toss looks so stupid now.
It does. Granted, not every move is going to be whatever that bird Pokemon is where it spits a Pikachu or a fish
that's
at you.
really cool.
Yeah.
It's, Cramorant or something like that.
Something like that. And I was
When
like,
you use dive, there's a chance you can pick up a Pikachu and shoot it at your opponent. That's really, really cool.
yeah, animation wise and everything like that. I'm like, that's interesting. But some of the moves, they're, say if it's a punch move or whatever, they're pixels. They'll just move to where the opponent is and like overlap them. And
Not even that.
Well, that's what I was gonna
It's
say.
just like it looks like a comic book panel when a character runs fast.
yeah, like it's
Except
not.
for without the difficulty of drawing a comic book panel.
Yes. Anything else to add about that though?
I think a lot of the human motion is also really stiff and not very lively.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I want the professors to be cooler.
Your character especially is kind of dead-eyed, no soul, horrifying eldritch monster.
Yes.
Never blinking.
That's the secret. He is an eldritch monster.
It'd also be cool if you could play as not a 10-year-old,
Yes, like an adult,
like an 11-year-old
oh,
or
yeah.
12-year-old.
I think maybe it's implied that they're
No, they're definitely 10.
in this one. They're
You live
big.
with your mom.
Good point. They're big 10-year-olds in this
Not
one.
really. They're like 5 feet tall.
They are 10-year-olds not 5
I don't
feet
know.
tall?
I don't hang out with 10-year-olds.
Me neither.
I haven't hung out with a 10-year-old since I was 10.
True. Yeah, it would be nice to play somebody that's
Although I don't really care about that in the slightest.
No.
If they were actually, I kind of want them to stay 10 now that I think of it. I don't actually care about that. That is even lower than TMs.
yeah, ain't that the truth? The last thing that I have that may or may not be of any significance is less evolving. And when I say evolving, I mean they did I know the Z moves aren't evolving.
We talking about this already. The special moves and stuff.
Well, no, I guess I misspoke. Not Z moves. There's always they kind of threw away megas.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
We? I guess we did.
Well, I said it. We talked about it a little earlier, where you're talking about the new special big move, the new gimmick.
Yeah. I wish there was. I don't know. I'm cool with there's always been a new one or whatever, but I still want to be able to mega evolve.
I kind of wish that they had just kept Mega Evolution. It's the coolest by far. It's way cooler than Z Move, and it's still cooler. Although the gap isn't as big with Dynamax. I like Dynamax, but it's not Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution is just badass.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I like Mega Evolution.
I know a lot of them were broken, but they could just fix that.
Yeah, just tweak them.
I'm talking about the meta and,
Yeah.
and I almost said esport. I guess it's an esport,
Yeah, just
but
tweak
that's the competitive side. I know they were broken, some of them,
it.
but
Because
just don't make them broken.
exactly.
I think that could be I know we said we're going to go into that and I don't want to, but I feel like the Pokemon competitive scene, both the TCG and the video game, could be way, way bigger. It's the biggest thing in the world.
Oh yeah, most
It's
definitely.
ridiculous that you get like 2,000 viewers on Twitch.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I guess just the last thing I wanted to say about the evolution is at least with Mega Evolution, it just felt like it's more of a personal connection with your Pokemon than Dynamaxing or whatever.
No, I don't care about that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we're different.
I do want. I like Mega Evolution better. I don't want to. I want to. I want to make that clear, but it's not because you don't form a personal. You pick up a stone and you force them to evolve.
Well, I know, but it's like I don't know. I just think that's how they do it in the anime. It just kind of feels like they could do that in the game. I'm not saying they should implement friendship into evolving a Pokemon.
That literally already is.
I know, but I'm talking about you don't want to have it with every single Pokemon you have to mega evolve. You know,
Right? Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I think the Mega mechanic is probably fine.
Well, yeah. So yeah, it'd be cool if they could have that in a future game.
They could also going back to story. If the story wasn't boring and nothing, they could explain that well. If they
Yes.
wanted to bring back megas, I'm sure that there's some deep lore with the megas. In fact, I know there is, but they could always flesh it out more.
Yeah, they could always flesh out everything more, do a better job. They got the money, they got the time. Just do it, Pokemon Company.
Yeah, I agree. I just want more. I want more. I think Sword and Shield was a good step in the right direction in a lot of ways, but it's still lacking fairly significantly in others.
True. At least we're going kind of in the right direction.
Also, I want to say that I think that a lot of the Pokemon designs are still great. I think that people complain a lot about,
it's an ice cream cone. It's not cool enough. Give me back the Rotom Dex.
First generation had 17 dogs.
Yes, exactly.
And you love them all.
Yeah, it's like, y'all ain't gonna... Some of these people that are complaining haven't even played the original generations.
I don't know if that's true. I doubt that's true.
Maybe.
I think that's probably the only generation they played.
Maybe. I don't know. But like I said, they got the time, they got the money. Figure it out.
I don't know if they have the time. I wish that they would be given the time.
I mean, they can make the time. They're the ones that decide. I mean, granted, it also comes back to business and what contracts say.
A lot of it literally is business. They have contracts and stuff that they have to fulfill.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but business is business, and that's how the world works.
True. So, can't wait to see what they're going to come out with in the future.
Yeah, I can't wait to be semi-disappointed in 2023 or whatever.
When the Nintendo Switch Pro comes out and there's a new Pokemon title for it, yep. So, that may happen. That's going to be it for the show. You can reach out to the podcast on Twitter at @ADialogueTree. That's also going to be our Instagram, @ADialogueTree. If you want to email the show, you can. It's going to be adialoguetree@gmail.com. You can reach Ryan on Twitter @RyanDivisions. You can reach me on Twitter @Aswaylock.
Yeah, and as always, of course, you can listen to the show wherever you'd like. iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, etc. YouTube, of course, is always an option. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. Also, it would mean a lot to us if you reviewed the show in iTunes. You can do it in the app. 5 stars. Tell us what you like or what you don't like about the show. That would be most appreciated. There we go. That's a good word for it.
Let us know what you think about the Pokemon games, what your favorite Pokemon is, what you think what you would improve about the Pokemon games. Yeah, more Dragonite.
More Dragonite.
Everybody gets a Dragonite.
No.
You get a Dragonite.
Yes.
We all get to pick. Oh, that'd be cool. We all get to pick one Pokemon to be our starter.
We all get to do that.
You're right. I'm talking about out of all of them.
No, that'd be dumb.
Except Legendaries.
I don't. I'm like, okay, we could spend a lot more time on this. Want some milk?